to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Sorry about that, but you know, when it's technical and it's live on the day, things go wrong, and we don't know what was happening. All the computers were working and then they just suddenly all closed down, logged out. So basically we just turned everything off, rebooted, and we're back. So let's hope we're back to stay. So those of you who don't know me, I'm Carol from Sugar and Crumbs. I'll just introduce myself. I am a hobby baker. I don't sell cakes for a living. I don't make these cakes to sell. Anything I do in my own kitchen is in my own kitchen. What I do is free demos, okay? You can join us and enjoy it, or you can leave. It's entirely up to you. But what it's about, what I'm about is I am trying to encourage people who don't bake but are thinking about baking and they're nervous about baking, and show them my way of doing things. And I'm not saying my way is the right way, I'm just saying my way, okay? So you all have your own way. You guys out there who know how to bake, you professionals out there, you know what, turn your eyes, close your eyes, go away. But this is the way I bake, the way I do it, and all I'm trying to do is encourage people who don't bake to come and have a go. And those people who do bake but they're nervous or they've had a few problems, to come and join us. And that's what it's all about. Now, being in my own kitchen, I don't wear a uniform, okay? And I will touch my hair, and I will fiddle with my fingers, and I will itch my face. And you know what? That's the way it is. We're in the kitchen. It's hot in here. We do have 4 spotlights on us. We have all the lights, all the little lights on us as well, and the big lights. To be fair, there is 12 spotlights, 4 big lights, plus the main lights, which have got 5 lights in. So there's a lot of lights in here to make it bright, and it makes you really very, very hot, okay, especially when you're under pressure. On Monday night, I wasn't demoing, and I then could understand why John and Maria are always cold, because they're a bit stiller than I am, and because I was still, I was cold as well. And poor Holly got a little bit of grief because she touched her face a few times, and some of that is to do with nerves, you know. It's very nerve-wracking. So for you professionals or you cake makers out there who want to make a comment or a negative comment, I'd rather you take your negativity elsewhere and off you go with it, because we're here for Sugar and Crumbs, okay? So that's my little moan about it. And so by now you should have all started joining us. So hopefully John's going to shout out some shout outs who's here, and I'll tell you what we're making.
Yes, hi everyone. We've got Pauline Romano, Julianne Barrett, Stacey Sedgwick, Helen Price, Jane Wilkins, Bridget Mason, Kathy Dance, Lynn Robinson, Lindsay Royal, Palvi Mahaden, Joyce Cuthbertson, Susan Tyrrell, Dawn Chappell, Elaine Hollywood, Sherilyn Day, Gareth Shuttleworth, Jane Temple, Alison Kane.
So has Kat Riley joined us?
I haven't seen her yet, no?
Right, so I just want to apologise.
Yes, she is, yes.
So I just want to apologise. The feed was going so fast on Monday night. Kat's little girl Jessica was watching, and she wanted me to do a shout out. Now I presume Jessica will be at school today, but it's a big hello from me, Jessica. So when you come home and watch it, hello, sorry I missed you on Monday, but I'm here now. So hi you guys, I'm sure there's plenty more of you joining wherever you are around the world, and if you're a newbie, don't be shy in saying hi and let us know where you are. We're not going to shout everybody's name out because we'll be here the whole 2 hours, okay? So let me tell you what we're going to do today. Now, you know that I'm a bit of a one for winging it. I work full-time at Sugar and Crumbs, in the warehouse, in the office. I have a multitude of tasks, and anybody who comes and meets me personally knows I work like a, you know, I work. And I don't actually get baking fitted into my time. So the mad thing is, lots of things that I do for you guys are things that I do know and have done before, or sometimes I just have to wing it and let's just see how it's going. Well, today is going to be one of those things. I've been asked by a lady, will I make some eggless cakes? Never made them at all, and I was going to have a practice, but I haven't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like you guys. I'm going to follow the recipe. Now, I've put the recipe on the website and the links are there. I'm just reading through and I've seen that I've made a typo. So I'll amend that afterwards. It says about beating the butter for 22 minutes. Please don't do that. So it means 1 to 2 minutes it's supposed to have said. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow this recipe. Now the recipe is from Canada, and it's courtesy of the Eggless cooking company. egglesscooking.com. So what I've done is because it's all in cups and sticks and whatever else, I've adapted it, and I don't use plain flour or purpose flour. I use self-raising flour, and I use the McDougall's. In this one, I'm going to use the McDougall's premium sponge mix, because I think this one's going to be better, but a good quality self-raising flour, and then that way you don't need to add the salt or the bicarbonated soda because it's already in here, so don't add it to those things, okay? So we're going to make this one. So that's the eggless vanilla recipe. Now that takes 15 minutes to prepare and 25 minutes in the oven, but we're going to make this one first, which is vegan vanilla cupcakes. Holly was here on Monday. She said she had a fantastic recipe. I have put it on the website, and that's where I've done a typo. But she didn't tell me where it came from, so I've not been able to give the credit to that company, so I'll contact Holly later. And again, I have adapted it as well. So don't worry, it's still safe for vegans. I've just put in flavoured icing sugar instead of caster sugar, and I've missed out the bicarbonated soda and the salt because of the flour that we're going to use. But before I start, I'm going to make that one first because that one takes the longest. But before I start, okay, John very cleverly on Monday night ended up filming me. He had a problem with one of the cameras where he wanted to film me doing the nozzles for this cake. So let me just get it. So where I was doing this, and he thought he was only a second moving camera to get the camera positioned right. What he didn't realise is 1 second to 10 seconds feels like a lifetime. So, and I'd already made the little flowers, so I'm going to redo these again for you as well. Not all of them, just a few of them, and show you more about the bundle. So sorry for all of you who had to watch my right arm. But you know, that's what happens when it's live, isn't it? And it's free, so what does it really matter? So Katie Sue brought out a brand new range of moulds. We've got them all in stock. And I don't think John's head's been with us this week. He did a fantastic offer for everyone. So all of you got that great email, Katie Sue Beach Hut mould for £1.50. It was a mistake.
I have offered to resign.
Yes, he did offer to resign. And
as cameraman and email person.
Yeah, there's not a chance. So all of you can say whether you want to keep John or not. I said he has to stay. He's offered to resign off the camera and do an email shot. So Katie Sue brought out this fabulous range of mermaids and seashells and everything. So what I thought is next Monday, on Saturday, I have got a baking day with a friend. And on Saturday, I thought I'm going to play with these moulds, have a go with them. My friend is baking it and I'm talking her through it, but I'm going to play with all these lovely moulds, see what I can make with it, put together, and we'll do a demo with these on Monday night. So we've got the beach hut. We've got the driftwood and word stones. It sounds funny, word stones, but basically the stones with words on. And it says live, love and laugh, okay? A few more people need to do that after the negativity on Monday, don't they? Live, love and laugh. It's quite positive, that, isn't it? We've got the mermaid, the mermaid's tail, the seahorses, and what else have we got? Oh, fishes and coral. We've got the sea. This is like to make the waves. So this is called, this one, not what it's called, sea swirl borders. Okay, so we're going to use that one as well. And then we've got the seashells. And then a few other ones that I might use as well, for cake toppers, is the buttons mould, the brick mould, sorry, the stone mould, the waffle, and I haven't brought a brick one over, and the balloons. I might throw all those in. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play with all the Katie Sue stuff on Monday, and that will be me. So that's me under pressure for Saturday. So if you don't see anything from me on Saturday, you know I'm hid in the kitchen somewhere with these. Yeah, so let's get those out of the way. They're all on our website. You can buy them. They're all under Katie Sue. Then the next thing is the Buttercream Flowers book. It's going really, really well. I'm going to be using this today. Let me tell you about this pin. Can we go to, so they can see it, which one? This one? So so this pin here is the Queen of Hearts Couture Cakes. Up, down.
Yep.
Yep. Queen of Hearts Couture Cakes. It's a fabulous pin. It's extra large. I've not seen one this big at all. Okay. Extra large, and this is by the Queen of Hearts. It can also be used as a heating core as well. We're going to use this one today. Then we're going to use this fab little holder with the flowers that we're going to make today. Can you see that on there, Maria? With the flowers that we're going to make today, we'll need this holder because we're going to make really nice big flowers. So now and again, you might have to put it down. And then the book. The girls were in here in December. This is their latest book. This is book 4. It's absolutely amazing. They have signed it for you as well. Can we see this? They've signed it for you. Enjoy a full year of buttercream blossoms. Love, Valerie and Christina. And the reason they say that, this is the buttercream flowers for all seasons. They broke the book up to spring, summer, autumn and winter. They show you what tips, they show you how to make it, they give you their buttercream recipe, all step-by-step guide. These girls are the professionals and they show you how to make it easy. Somebody asked me about succulents the other day. I have got it on my list to do succulents with the Nifty Nozzles, but it will be sometime in the middle of February. But this book will show you how to do it using all the Wilton tips. They give you cake recipes in here. This is a really fantastic book. So guys, please invest in this one. It's $15.99. It's well worth it. And those girls who've got it already, I'm sure. You also get this little free bookmark in there as well with some conversions on, which is very handy. So let's do that one out the way. And then last but not least, a couple of things to tell you about classes. If you can go back over there, John. So a couple of things to tell you about classes. I do Nifty Nozzles classes. I put 3 classes up on the website. They're £99 each per person, 4 to 5 students in the class. It's a whole day. You go home with 24 cupcakes and you can either do a dome cake or a mini 2-tier wedding cake. It's a great day, great fun. I show you how to use all the nozzles, the buttercreams, how to 2-tone, triple tone, and anybody who's been on my classes has always said that they've been great fun and they've learnt a lot, and it's in a totally relaxed atmosphere. You're actually in this kitchen, to be fair. And then if you...
Dawn has asked, do we do classes which have space for a wheelchair? I think the best thing to do is we will message her afterwards.
Yes.
Because we do have a set of steps that you'd have to get up.
Yes.
So we'd need to speak to her directly.
Yes, we will. Message me afterwards and I can talk to you through it on how we can get you in here, okay? So then the next thing is I am doing a demonstration with Marion at Patchwork Cutters. Now, Patchwork Cutters was here just before Christmas. She's a fantastic lady, Marion. A lot of you bought her cutters, and she does a demonstration at Inglewood Manor, on the Wirral. And both Marion and I are doing a demo there on the 25th of February, which is a Sunday. Maria and Laura from the office will be with me as well. And at that demo, Marion is doing the morning session, I'm doing the afternoon session. And what it means is you see our product, use it, you're actually there. You can ask questions, you can taste the buttercreams, you can buy the product if you want to. It's £68. You also get a 2-course buffet lunch. You get a cup of coffee and a biscuit in the morning, and I do believe you might get afternoon tea. I'm sure that you do. Okay, but there's lots in there, and you also go in with a goodie bag, which is great. So, so that's well worth investing in. I know a couple of you have already. The link is on the top of the link. So everything I've told you today on the top of this live, okay, all the links are there. So is anybody else that we need to shout out to or ask questions before we get going?
I don't think we've got many questions. We have got quite a few people. We've got 66 people watching at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got any more comments. I think I'm going to have to stay. General consensus that I can't be sacked. Which is somewhat disappointing.
I was wondering who we were sacking then, but you. Right, so let's crack on and make this first cake then, okay? So bearing in mind we've not made this before, so I will shout out the ingredients I'm going to use, and then we'll put it all together. So first of all, I have pre-weighed everything. I've got the mixer on. Maria is nervous, okay? She always smiles when I do something on the night and wing it, but this one she's really nervous about, and for some reason I'm not nervous about it. So what it says place the sugar and the oil in the mixing bowl, okay? So the sugar that we're using is, for the vegan ones, is we're using 300 grams of flavoured icing sugar. You can use caster sugar, okay? So we're going to put 300 grams of flavoured icing sugar into the mixing bowl. And then we're going to add 100 150 mils of, sorry for me doing that funny pose, I'm trying to get under Maria there. So 150 mils of sunflower oil. So I'm going to put that in. So it says place the sugar and the oil and beat for 1 to 2 minutes. At the moment it says 22 minutes, but it's beat for 1 to 2 minutes, okay? Then we want the yogurt and the vinegar. So John, can you grab me the yogurt out of the fridge, please? Well, there's dairy for all there. Which yogurt is it? You can tell we don't have dairy-free yogurt in the fridge. This is soya yogurt as well. So this is dairy-free soya yogurt. I picked this up from Tesco's last night, okay? It comes in a 500ml pack, a 500g pack, and we're going to use all of it. So it's 500 grams of dairy-free soya yogurt. So let me just keep mixing this a minute. Sorry about the noise, but we're going to do a demo. We have to turn the mixer on. And as of yet, I haven't managed to find a silent mixer. I think that was about 1 to 2 minutes, wasn't it? Right. Okay, let's just get that out. So by the way, yesterday we took Holly's cake into work because us at work are really happy to eat whatever in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, and nobody's forced to eat anything, but Maria took half of it home as well. So I do not know why this girl is so skinny, honestly. She eats all the cake, don't you? Yeah. So a few of you asked who is Maria. Sometimes when you get a newbie on, you know, it's quite nice of you that you all answer the question, but Maria is the lady who makes all the little 1-minute videos. So which camera can I go on to show this? John? This one?
Yeah.
Right, so you can see it's a really white mix. This one?
Done.
Right down.
That's it.
So it's a really white mix. I'm just going to scrape it down 1 second. So let me just scrape that down. I'm just going to move it out of the way just so Maria can see. Yeah. Okay. So you can see there that mix. Look at it. So it's quite white, and then it says mix the yogurt and the vinegar together. So I don't know which camera we're on.
Back here.
Back here. Great. I think I'll put the instructions over there. So now, like I say, this is Tesco's own brand, and it's free from milk and soy, and it's soya free from milk, plain soya alternative to yogurt, unsweetened. Now, if I have got any ingredients wrong, don't be shy in messaging me or telling me, and then I can correct them on the recipe website. Now, I have adapted this recipe to include our flavoured sugars. And when I'm talking about sugars, you can use caster sugar. So we're going to put the whole 500 grams in. Sorry, Maria. Oops, that was a nice plot, wasn't it? So we'll get the whole lot out.
Susan's just said she's had her confirmation for the demo at Inglewood Manor.
Right,
and
yes.
she can confirm coffee on arrival, coffee, tea break in the morning, and tea and cakes in the afternoon.
Yeah, and a lunch.
Oh.
I think she was confirming the coffees in the morning, wasn't she?
Okay.
Yeah, coffees in the morning. And then it said, did you see me do that, put that in my fingers? So anybody who wants to comment, I did lick my finger. Sorry about that, I'm forgetting myself there before they all start shouting at me. But you don't mind, do you, Maria? So here we go. Now this is asked for cider vinegar, and it says 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar. And the brand I'm using is Tesco's own as well. So apparently 2. I did a couple of drops in there. So I'm going to put that away. And it says mix the yogurt and vinegar together in the bowl and add to the mixture and beat. Ooh, well, I've done that wrong straight away because it said mix it together in the bowl. But as we're going to meet it all together anyhow, I don't think it really matters. So what it was saying was, if I'd read my instructions properly, is put the yogurt and vinegar in one bowl together, mix it, and then add it to this bowl, but we've thrown it all in together. So you know the good thing about this is, because Maria was seriously worried and John raised his eyebrows when I said we're going to do this from scratch here, it's only like you guys in your kitchen, isn't it? So we're going to see if it works. So you know what, we're either going to save you money when it doesn't work, or you're going to be well chuffed because it does work. So I'm going to mix this together and it says beat for 1 to 2 minutes. So we're going to do that. Add the remaining cupcake ingredients and whisk until smooth. Now it does only just say whisk until smooth, and the remaining cupcake ingredients is, so the remaining ingredients is the flour, the plain flour in the original recipe, the bicarbonate soda and a pinch of salt and some baking powder. I'm not adding any of those, I'm just adding the McDougall's Supreme Cake Flour. So any comments, John? Does anybody want to say anything?
Just run through what you're making again.
Yeah,
Some
so
people joining us.
this first recipe is vegan vanilla cupcakes. Just let me go and get a cupcake thing a minute. 1 second. John, can you pass me 2 spoons, please? So we're making vegan vanilla cupcakes, okay? And then we're going to make some eggless cakes as well. So let me just fill these up as well. I should have pre-done these already. So let's just get these in ready. And I've adapted the recipe. So one recipe is from the egglesscooking.com, okay, which I believe they're based in Canada. So I've had to adapt it to the English version of ingredients because they had it in cups, sticks and all sorts of strange measurements. So I've adapted that. And then I've also changed some of the ingredients because they seem to use plain flour because they need baking soda, baking powder and a pinch of salt. Whereas if you use a good premium quality cake flour, you don't need all those things. So we're just going to mix this up. I'm just going to scrape this down a moment. So get my spatula a minute. So let me just show you what it's looking like at the moment. Now this is a recipe that, this vegan one is a recipe that Holly gave me, and I don't know where she's got it from, so I can't give her credit to it. The images that she sent, just 1 second Maria, I'll show you in a moment. So I'm just going to stir it all down, make sure it's all combined. Smells very yogurty. Can you smell it? You smell the vinegar as well. So I'm going to see how this goes. So let me just put that on another mix again, just for a minute. Now the oven temperature for this one is 170 for fan, okay, 375 for electric and 5 for gas, yeah? So 170, I don't normally bake that high, but for this recipe we'll do as we're told. I'm going to bake them for 20 minutes. Enough. We'll scrape that off and then we'll put in our flour. Now it does say on this one you can mix it quickly until it's combined. Now today I don't normally sieve flour, so the flour that we're putting in is 360 grams, okay? So I don't normally sieve the flour. I've always just put it in. I don't find that flour needs sieving these days, but when we had Marina here last year, she likes to sieve it. I use this brand and it comes out so that it comes out very fine. But I will say today, for some reason, this one did have a couple of lumps in it, so I did sieve it. So I think
the temperatures that the oven set at, it's 170 degrees for a fan assisted oven.
Yeah. 170 for fan assisted, 375 for a normal electric oven, and gas mark 5. So we're just going to fold this in. It does say that we can mix this in the mixer until it's combined.
What was the lollies called on the cake that Holly made on Monday night?
Those are rock lollies. I think you can get those in B&M Bargains or, well, from any seaside town, and I do believe they're on eBay. There was lots of people who did say where you could get them from. I've got to be honest, I've never bought them. I have seen them, but I've never bought them, so I can't spring to mind. And Holly lives in a seaside town, so to her, they're all there all the time.
Could you just run through the list of ingredients that are in the bowl?
Yeah, okay. So, just so that we know, I've used 300 grams of flavoured icing sugar, okay? The flavoured icing sugar I've used today is salted caramel. You can use 300 grams of normal caster sugar, yeah? Then I've used 150 grams of sunflower oil, and I mix those together. So we beat them until they're nice and white. And then we've added 500 grams of dairy-free soya yogurt with 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar. What it did say is put the yogurt in a bowl with the cider vinegar, mix that, and then add it to the mixer. But I threw it all in together. And then once that's been combined, we've added 360 grams of self-raising flour. I use McDougall's Supreme cake flour, so it's Supreme sponge flour. It's a premium, it's one of the best. But if you're abroad or anywhere else, you may have to use normal flour and add baking soda, and I've put that recipe down further on down the page. So put this lady's original recipe further down with her original ingredients in case you're anywhere else around the world, okay? And then, so that's what we've done. And then the flour's in now, that's where we're up to at the moment. So the flour's in now, and now it's going to go to our cupcake cases, yeah. And to be fair, I'm confusing you guys. This recipe is the one off Holly, okay? So this is the vegan vanilla cupcakes. This isn't Holly's recipe. She sent it via somebody else, and I don't know who that company is. But after we've done this, we're going to do the eggless cakes, okay, via Eggless cooking. So, Maria, where are you? So what camera are we on, John? Which camera? We're over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's fine.
Great, so we're just going to mix that in. If you notice, it just said combine it, and then I'm just giving it a fold in. And to be fair, it's just like a cake mixture, this. I'm actually quietly impressed. Right, so John passed me 2 spoons before, and it does say it makes 24 cakes. Now I have only done 12, so let me just fill these up. It says do 2/3, yeah? Fill up the cupcake cases for 2/3. So I'm just going to go around and put a bit in first, and then I'll top them up. So I'm not a vegan or vegetarian or anything. I eat everything. Well, I don't eat everything actually, but I'm not any of those. So I have no idea. I'm quite looking forward to tasting these actually. They're quite interesting. So, but I thought I'd do this, one, because I was asked to do it, and 2, I thought, you know what, let's give it a go, because at least then I can say I've had experience of it. So this looks like this mix is definitely going to do 24 cupcakes.
Question, how much vanilla do you put in?
So I didn't put any vanilla extract in because I used the salted caramel flavoured icing sugar, but the recipe, the original recipe, is at the bottom of the page. Yeah? So it's on our website. Our recipe website is www.sugarandcrumbsmixingitup.com. Okay, pardon? It's .com in it. We've got the .co.uk as well. And you just go to there and you'll see it's on there. It should be the last post I put on, but in fairness, Maria has put a link to the top of this page. So where we were advertising this today, if you go there, she's put a link direct to this recipe. So I think I filled those up for 2/3. I'm not going to put the rest of them in because we need to get on. So we'll move that out of the way and I'll fill those up later. So let's get those in the oven. There we go. one with 170. So yeah, that's 170.
They're both 170.
No, one's on 180. What are we on? Yeah, 70. So this is the 170 one, I'm sure. Yeah. Sorry, because I'm doing two recipes and getting confused. Pleasures of being old age. So let me just take that off now, and then we'll put that one in there. And then let's get a new bowl on, and we'll go to the other recipe. So let's just have a clean down. What have I done with my cloth? There it is. So clean cloth, always very handy in the kitchen. So let me just have a wipe down. So Maria, can I give you, John, can I just give you that with the sink salt shelf, please? And can you give me the cloth back? Super. So the next recipe we're going to do is the eggless ones. I've got to say, I'm impressed with the consistency of this recipe. It feels like a cake one. So we've just got to be fingers crossed that it's going to come out the oven. Not only are they going to look good, they're going to taste good. Now, if they're a disaster, back to the drawing board. And Maria's going to melt down, but I'm not going to worry about it. So this one you need melted butter. So I'm just going to pop this in the microwave a moment and just melt this butter down. In fact, John can do it for me. There you go, then. So if you can just put that in for 10 seconds, then give it a stir, do another 10 seconds. So let's go through the recipe. Am I on this camera John, while you've disappeared? Yep. So this is the eggless vanilla cake, okay? And we are going to use 280 grams of self-raising flour, again the premium sponge flour, 2 tablespoons of velvet vanilla flavoured icing sugar, 300 ml of condensed milk, water, which I forgot to write down how much water it was. I'll have to weigh it for you again because it was mils, I have a feeling, because that's a recipe. Yeah, I'll amend that. And 112 grams of butter melted and 2 tablespoons of vinegar again. So let me just get a bowl.
What does this need to be?
It needs to be melted completely.
Completely?
Yeah, not boiled, just melted. Okay, so let me just turn that on and I'll weigh the water for you. Nerve-wracking in here. Can you tell I'm nervous? So, mils. And I don't know what he's saying because John's not there. So, mils. So I've already pre-weighed the water, so I'll be able to tell you. There you go, 240 mils of water. Yeah. And I pre-boiled this and pre-boiled it. It doesn't say whether it has to be pre-boiled or anything. I just pre-boiled it and had it cooled down. So we're going to preheat the oven on a higher temperature, 180 for this one, okay? And it says lightly grease your pan and line it with parchment paper. So we've got our pan. So you need a big pan because this is going to be a big sponge, this one. So have I got my spray in here? Let's forget something. So John, can you just grab the margarine out of the fridge, please? So we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way because I've got to bring my spray in. Okay. Just get the parchment paper ready. Turn that on now.
Try that.
That'd be easy. Perfect. We can go back onto camera juices now. Right, so that margarine's on, there it is, yeah. So we're going to use the stalk. So remember, this isn't the vegan recipe, this is the eggless recipe. So that just means a bit of parchment paper, John, sorry. Can you pass what I've done there? Sorry. Because I've thrown the top away from the butter, from the margarine, and I didn't bring my spray in, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. So those of you who are the same age as me will know this way. So you put your butter in. And all we're going to do is, it doesn't really matter this because we're going to put parchment paper on the top anyhow. It just gets the parchment paper sticking to it. So just going to put that in. So this is going to be one big sponge we're going to do. And apparently it's great for slicing, it's great for firm cakes, it's not too sweet apparently, okay? I put all the ladies' comments. Now this is from the egglesscooking.com, this recipe. So we're doing 2 recipes, one that Holly sent me, vegan cupcakes. I'm just gonna have to wash my hands a minute. Vegan cupcakes, who I don't know where from, so I'll get them. watch what time I put them in. 39. Have they been in 5 minutes already? Are you sure? Okay. Right. Trust Maria. So here we go. Let's just get our pan ready. As you can hear, John's still got his cough. Not been very well, as our John. He didn't get any cake yesterday. He's working from home, not concentrating, sending everybody emails for £1.50 molds. I bet you all love that one. So many of you messaged me. Even Katie Sue messaged me. Oh, what's going on? There's a mistake. Right, so that's the pan ready. Let's get that out of the way. Pan ready, so we've just greased that the old-fashioned way, put the parchment paper in. So let's get on with the recipe now. So again, we're going to wing this one, never made it before. So let's just put my mixer on there. Clean beater. So it says, in a large bowl together, put the flour and mix in the sugar. So I did get a bowl ready, here it is. So in a large bowl, put in the flour and mix in the sugar. So the flour is 280 grams of self-raising flour. I have put the original recipe at the bottom, okay? So it's 280 grams of that. 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, but I'm using velvet vanilla flavoured icing sugar. Now this one is 300 mils of condensed milk. Now, in the ones that we have here in the UK, it's actually 397 grams. So I had to measure that out, and there's still plenty left. So what you could do with that, guys, is save that in a little container, proper container, okay, airtight container. Save that, and then you can use it for mixing with your buttercream for when you're doing your Nifty Nozzles, so it doesn't all get wasted. Yeah. So here's my cloth back, sticky hands. So we've got a new spatula. So it says in a large bowl, mix in the sugar. So we're going to do that, mix in the sugar. And then it says make in a well in the dry ingredients and stir in. Let me read this again. I'm going to change the bowl for a bigger one. So, in a large bowl, mix in the flour. Make a well in the centre of the dry ingredients. So, just going to put this into the larger bowl. So we're going to make a well, because we've mixed that in. And then stir in the wet ingredients one by one mixture using a whisk. John, is there a whisk in there, please, in the drawer? That's not a whisk. Big whisk?
Nope.
Definitely not in there. Forgot the whisk. Pleasures of being live. I'm going to have to do a runner. Right, forget that. Okay, we're going to have to wing this one. So give us this one for now. This isn't a whisk, okay? But what we're going to do is, so it says stir in the dry one by one. So the wet ingredients are condensed milk, water and butter. So I think I will put in...
There's one next door.
Yeah, but you won't find it. Pass us that milk, that butter, please. So we'll put in the butter first. John's very kindly offered to run next door, but he's a man. He'll come back and say he can't find it, no matter how well I tell him where it is. Won't you, John? So
yeah,
we're going to put that likely in the well. Who have you got men like that? You have to tell them exactly which cupboard it is, which shelf it is, and they still can't find it. So we've just put in the butter, so I just want to make sure that's right. And stir in the wet ingredients one by one. Okay, so we're just going to stir that in. using a whisk. Some lumps is okay, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the condensed milk. So we've got any comments, John? Are they all intrigued? What are you waiting for? Are you all hoping that I have a great result, or are you all waiting to laugh? Go on, be honest. John and Maria are seriously nervous. And for a change, I'm not. I'm completely cool about it. I don't know why. I think because I'm waiting for it to be a muck-up. Right, so we're going to mix this in. So mix that in. So we put in 300 mils of condensed milk. Yeah, that's right. Mix that in. Then we're going to add in the water, which was 240 mils. So we're just going to mix in the water. I think, John, can you see it on that camera? Moving over. This camera over there. Over there, yeah. So we're just going to move this in. Get all my messy bits out of the way. And we need to add the vinegar in. Let's add a bit more in. This could go seriously wrong because I've not used a whisk. But we'll see. I'll have to get my beating arm on. It's actually coming together right now.
What is it going, 39?
39.
So being 12 minutes.
12 minutes. And they're meant to be in for, so put the rest of the water in. So what's the feedback, John?
Did you just run through the dry ingredients again?
Yeah. So what's the feedback so far? What are they all, what is it? Who's waiting for a disaster and who's waiting for it to be great? Go on, you can be honest. We have to wait a few seconds for the comments to come up.
Could you use cocoa powder in this recipe?
Right, now there is a cocoa powder one, okay, and I was going to do that today, but I thought I was putting myself under too much pressure, if I'm really honest. But I did buy the ingredients because I'm looking at it. Last night I was thinking I'll do all 3 recipes, and if I've got time I will do all 3 recipes, but at the moment let's just do the 2. But the cocoa powder one I've got is, no, we won't, we'll save that for another day because I haven't put it on the website. The cocoa powder one, you have to use tofu. Tofu, is that how you say it? Tofu. Tofu. So there we go. So that's that. Now we need to add the vinegar. So the vinegar is 2 tablespoons full of vinegar. There we go. So I'll run through the ingredients again in a moment. 1, 2. Sorry if you can hear the background noise on, but I'm hot and John and Maria having to keep the door open for me. So I stopped touching my face so that nobody moans. You know what somebody wrote on the page today? I was really miffed at them. I thought if they've got nothing positive to say, you know, on Monday when I was sat here watching Holly, somebody told me to get off. Somebody said get that woman off the in the background. She's distracting me. I said, if you've got nothing positive to say, I won't tell you what word I'd like to say. If you've got nothing positive to say, go away. Seriously, honestly, some people really do need to get a life. Right, well actually, I think this mixture's combined very well. It smells all right. We can smell vinegar again, okay? So anyhow, what she says in this lady's comments is that her and her family absolutely love this recipe, but it's not too sweet. So if you wanted to add more sugar, then you could do, but I've actually just gone with what her recipe is. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour this batter now into the pan. So my little whisker there hasn't done too bad for itself, has it? So let's get it out. So I also know John doesn't read out any negative comments. You know what? We don't want to give them any limelight, even though I'm giving them limelight talking about it. And I said to Holly, you know, we got 1,400 comments on Monday and 1,395 of them were positive. So when you get the odd idiot that comes along who doesn't realise that what we're doing is in our own kitchen, free, free tutorial, free time. Holly's drove 6 hours away to get here to do a demo, and the poor girl touches her face and she gets a load of flack for it. It's very disappointing.
Oh, Holly's actually here.
Oh, is Holly here?
Yeah.
Well done, Holly. Your cake was amazing. Maria we all had, well, we shared half yesterday. Even I had a big slice, which I really shouldn't have. So what we're going to do is, it was delicious, and you could taste the key lime in it as well, and the lime and the chocolate sponge. Right, so we've done that. Now my baking pan could be too big. I'm not sure. It says
The
a 9
cupcakes have been
inch.
in for 16 minutes, says Phil Jenkins.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil.
Oh, is that Phil, our gardener?
Mm-hmm.
Is he watching today? Right, okay, so it says give it a tap. So we're doing that, okay. It says pour in the batter in the prepared tin and tap the pan to even it out and break the air bubbles if there are any. And it's to bake for 25 minutes. So, good. So here we go, let's go over to here. So let's have a look at the cupcakes now. I'm just going to have a quick look at the cupcakes. 1 second. So John, I didn't bring a cake tester in. Can you pass me one of the skewers out there, please? Ooh. They're looking okay. Right, they're looking okay. They're looking okay. They're looking okay. They're looking very firm, but they're looking very white, and I don't know whether that's right at all. If anybody can enlighten me on that, that would be great. So they look a lot paler than I would expect them to be. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So let's get on to this bit. So let me just clean my top.
If possible, you could run through the ingredients.
Yes, I can. But just remember, if you go to the link, there's a couple of typos which I will sort out when we finish today, after I've had a cup of coffee for my nerves. Yeah? Anybody who knows me knows I drink milky lattes for fun. That's probably where I'm going wrong on my diet, do you think? Right, okay, so let's sit down again. So what we've just done now is 2 recipes, okay? We've done the eggless vanilla cake. I will do a chocolate one, and I'll try and do it on Thursday if I can, because I have all the ingredients.
Paler than normal.
Well done, Holly, because I was looking slightly worried. So this is the eggless vanilla cake, okay? And in here we have adapted the recipe. It's from Canada, this recipe, and the lady's Canadian, and her own website is egglesscooking.com. So anybody who's interested in eggless recipes, that's her website. Go along there. She's got loads of amazing recipes. Because I can't make them all, I'll just make this one, okay? I have adapted the flour. She's used plain flour, and she's added bicarbonated soda, a pinch of salt, and baking powder. So instead of me doing that, I've used the McDougall's, I can never get it right, Supreme sponge flour. You don't have to use this, but use a good quality self-raising flour. Yeah, so I've done 280 grams of that. 2 tablespoons of the velvet vanilla flavoured icing sugar. Now, in this lady's notes, she says these cakes are not so sweet. You do get sweetness from the condensed milk, but she said if you want them sweeter, add more sugar. I am going to message her and ask her how much more sugar. Does she match it with the flour? But I'll ask her what she says. And then she's added 300 mils of condensed milk. There's enough left over so that you can put in a little container, and then whenever you need a teaspoonful of that to go with your buttercream mix, you've got it there ready. 240 mils of water, that's a typo error. I haven't wrote down how much water you need on the recipe. 112 grams of melted butter. She doesn't say whether it's salted or unsalted, so I've just used unsalted. And 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Now she only says vinegar, but I have used the cider vinegar because that's what's most popular. Sorry for touching my face, you know, so any of you who want me to run off and wash my hands, it's not going to happen. Okay, I'm in my own kitchen, remember. So that's what we've done there. So then we've preheated the oven on 180. Normal ovens are 350. And I don't know what the gas is, so I would probably say it's 5 to 6. 5? Oh, look at that, John had the hands up straight away. So, and this one didn't go in the mixer. So you put the dry ingredients into the bowl, mix it together, and then you added the wet ingredients one by one, mixing one at a time. Then you pour the batter into the baking tin. Now she's used a baking pan for a sponge to cut. I don't know, I'm almost sure you could put it in cupcake cases, I'm sure you can, okay? Pour it in, tap the pan, goes in the oven now for 25 minutes, and we put it in at 11 o'clock. And then it's going in there, it says, it's going in there for 25 minutes, and then we need to let it cool, yeah? So that's that one. And then the one that Holly sent me was the vegan vanilla cupcakes. I don't know who's responsible for this recipe, and maybe Holly can point us in the right direction. But what I've done is I've adapted this recipe again to incorporate our own. So I've included 300 grams of flavoured icing sugar, salted caramel instead of caster sugar, 150 mils of sunflower oil, 500 grams of dairy-free soya yogurt, 2 spoonfuls of cider vinegar, 360 grams of self-raising flour. Again, this recipe uses plain flour, bicarb, bacon and salt, and I don't see as there's any need to when you've got this. And 660 grams of flavoured icing sugar, which we've not used yet, plus 200 grams of dairy-free soya spread, which we are going to use shortly. Don't know where I put it. To make the buttercream with. So we'll make that actually, we'll start making the buttercream with this as well. And we'll weigh out the icing sugar. Yeah? So there we go. Pardon? 20 minutes? Is that what it needed?
22.
Needed 20, is that 22 minutes?
Yeah.
And how much did they need? Let me just check. 20 minutes. So let's get these out the oven, guys. I'll show you what these look like. So they have risen nicely. Ooh. They smell good. Ooh. 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 Hot. Hot, hot, hot. Right, so these have risen really nicely, okay? They're very pale. Now, Holly has said that they are pale, but they are cooked. Yeah, so we're going to leave those to cool there, and then, but they've risen quite nicely then, actually. So where's my little skewer? So there's nothing on the mix. So when they cool down, we'll taste them for you and let you know how good they are. But we will make some buttercream for them as well. So let me put those up there out of the way. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some more of these flowers for you, pop them in the freezer. Then while they're in the freezer, we'll get out the other cake and we'll make some buttercream. Yeah. Some vegan buttercream. Right, okay, which is very easy. Flora, dairy free. So John, do you want to just pass us those two, please?
What?
Yeah, sorry, those three. So what I did was, I knocked this little cake together on Monday night. I was quite impressed with myself, actually. So I knocked this cake together on Monday night, and this was using a selection of the Russian piping tips that Alexander has designed. And we don't use them very much because people really want to use the flower ones. So what I've done is I've actually put a bundle together. Which camera are we on, John? Right, so I put a bundle of nozzles together, okay, for, I forget what the price is, I'll just have a look. Can you remember what the price was, Maria? Okay, no worries. So Maria's going to check it in a minute, just while I go through it. In that bundle, I've actually put in the grass nozzle, the tulip cluster, the fine grass. Now I've only put one nozzle like this for you to use. So if I just put it there, are we in the camera? So I've only put one like this. This is one of the difficult nozzles. I put in the fine grass, fine grass, the velvet tulip, the sunflower, what's in there? Blushing bloom, Lucy, Rosie, the large grass, the large multi-star, and the pinwheel. Sorry, we've got a couple of duplicates in here because I was messing around with Holly the other day. So there should be 12 nozzles altogether. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11.
$19.99.
$19.99. Well done, Kat. So it works out at it's less than £2 each, isn't it?
It's It's 21.99.
Oh. Maria's just saying it's $21.99.
$21.99. I was going to say they're less than £2 each. They're not 24. They're $21.99. So there's another set. There's a 10 nozzle set and there's a 5 nozzle set. So I think the 10 nozzle set that Kat's seen then. Okay, so we're just going to use some of these. So you've got the Russian flowers in there, but some other nozzles in there so that you can make some grass and you can make some of these big flowers with. I've also done a 5 petals and stamen set, okay? Now in the 5 petals and stamen set, this is to go with your Russian flowers, okay? So you don't get any Russian flowers in this one. In this one, you get Laura's petals, it's called, the serrated groove, tulip petals, another triple petals, and the star, multi-large, multi-star. So let me just show you how we're going to use these. I'm just going to do a couple of them.
And that's for $9.99.
And that's $9.99. But this one goes with all your other big flowers. So what you could do is, well, I'll show you in a minute, you could put a flower in the middle and then make these bigger ones. Okay? So I'm just going to pop these together. And just remember, guys, these are your genuine Russian piping tips. These are your big nozzles. The laser cuts on these are much better. Let's move that out of the way for a moment. Let's get my cream. Just going to do a couple. So Maria, I've got some in the fridge. Could you grab them out already? So we're going to use the sunflower, the fine groove, just to speed it up, and we're going to use the large multi-star. We're going to use them as centres. Don't know if you can see that. John, are we on this camera or that camera?
Yep.
Yep. So we're going to use the sunflower and the large multi-star as the centre for our bigger flowers. And then we're just going to use the fine groove because I don't want to do loads of demo on it. I'm just going to do a couple. So we'll just need a tray here. We need some parchment paper, which I did have a roll of parchment paper. Here it is. And the colours that I've used are the Colour Splash pink, blue and lime green. Now the pink has come out very vibrant. Which camera are we on? So the pink has come out very vibrant because I'd actually put the Sugar Flare whitener in the buttercream. So I'd gone to make the buttercream very, very white, and then I went and used it for the pink. So the pink has come out a really vibrant pink, which is great. And then we're going to use our nail. So is there any questions, John? Does anybody want anything to ask?
No questions at the moment.
Is everybody enjoying it this morning? I know I've been going on a bit, but I was just a bit upset about Monday. I just thought it was unnecessary, and I know all our regular followers supported us 100%, and I'm dead proud of you for that. I really am, because we need that support, especially when we want guests to keep coming along, and they're giving up their time as well. So what we're going to do is, in the multi-star, I'm just going to pop some green in. I'm just going to pop some green in just for the centre. So we'll get this one ready. So we can see it, which camera can we see? This one? Down? So you can see that one, we're going to use that one. So let me put that there. And then on here, sunflower, we'll use the pink. So hopefully John will get me on camera, and I'm going to have to lean over in a bit just to make sure we get all the viewing in. He's just moving things around now. So this is the sunflower. Which camera are we on, John? This one? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so we're going to use the sunflower. It's great, this one, just on its own. It's great for succulents, this one as well. It gives a really nice effect. So if you did this with green on the outside and orange and pink in the middle, it's a really nice succulent nozzle. Okay, so we're going to use that one as well. Then we're going
What was the whitening thing you were talking about?
It's the Sugar Flare whitener. Okay, it's on our website. Anybody who asks me afterwards, I'll send you the link. Or if any of our regular followers there can search for the link for me and put it on there. But when you want to make your buttercream really white, I tend to just beat the living daylights out of my butter and then add the icing sugar. and then it tends to be very white anyhow. But if you want it a really bright white, then add some of the sugar flare whitener to it. It's just a powder. You just need to add like a teaspoonful or half a teaspoon with a bit of water, add it to your mix, and it'll bring up your buttercream really white. And of course I made some for you last week, didn't use it and didn't think about it when I came in on Monday. I used it then for this demo cakes, and I was wondering why the pink was so vibrant. So there you go, it had no yellow in the butter. So and then we're going to use this one here. So I'm just going to, this is the flat, this is what's going to make the larger petals. So I'm just going to use some of the pink around the outside.
How long has to be the eggless cake?
The eggless cake needs, good, I nearly forgot the eggless cake, there's the recipe there. So the eggless cake needs 25 minutes. How long's that been in? It went in at 12 o'clock. It did go in at 12. So I took the others out and I said 11 when I should have said 12 because we didn't go live till 11. So it would have been impossible to do it then. So we're just going to put the white in. So you'll notice from this white buttercream, this is my normal white that I would use, but it's got a yellow tinge to it. So we're just going to put this in.
Is there a black colouring?
There is a black.
Andy essentially needs to do a Chanel cake, black and white.
Oh, good luck to her. You need a lot of black. Do you want to just pass that black colour splash and the black powder? The thing with black is you really need to get your dark, or your colour, you need to get your colour, base colour first before you'll get it black, really black. And maybe somebody else will be on here, be able to advise.
Yeah. Stephanie's asking, do we do classes for the nozzles?
We do classes, they're £99. I'm based in Stockport. There's loads of the normal hotels nearby that are very, very reasonable. So you've got your usual Travelodge, Premier Inns, Holiday Inns that are all local to me. I'm going to use this Grove one out of the other set. So I'm using some out of the 12 set, some out of this one. So let's get another bag. And I've got two classes in March and one in May. So there's two classes in March. There's not any classes in April because of Easter. And because I think Easter's the beginning of April, isn't it? And then I actually go on holiday. And then I've got one in May, and then June I can't do one because I'm having another grandbaby. So John and I are on for our 8th grandchild in June, due to be born in London. So we have to be on alert for running down to London. And I want to spend some time with Ryan then. And then I'll probably put some classes on for July. Then there's nothing in August. And then September we are busy with the show season. So there won't be any more classes. Those will be the only classes this year. So I'm just going to take out that. Put in the white. Sorry if it takes me a little bit of time prepping. All I'm doing is two-toning at the moment. So anybody who's just joined us and wants to ask, I'm just two-toning. Any more questions, John? Oh, by the way, good news. You won't believe it, but we've been going a year next week. It's our birthday. So we started doing these lives weekly on the 13th of February last year. Can you believe it? Who's been with us a whole year? So to be fair, I remember on our first night we got 600 views. Not watching us on the night. Our views were 600 that night. I don't know how many watched us that night. What was it? I think it was first night we went live. Can you not remember, John? Because we were really shocked.
No. A year was a long time ago.
A year was a long time ago, yeah, it was. So anyhow, but we got I think there was a couple of hundred watching us, and we were surprised by that. But the views were 600 or over 1,000, something like that, and our reach was big. But now it's really big, so which is great. So we're going to use that nozzle, that one. There we go. So we'll just do that. Where's my lid? Let me just tidy up after myself a minute. Trying to be a bit more organised. So time on the cake there. Move that out the way, out the way. pin and the holder. And we're just going to put a little bit of buttercream on the pin. We're going to put a little bit of buttercream on the actual parchment paper, just to help the flower stick. And then we're going to use the first nozzle, which is the multi-star, which is in the set. So we're going to use this, and you can use one of the flowers actually. You just sit it, sorry.
This way a bit.
Where are we?
Yeah, that's
Camera.
perfect. That's right in the middle.
So all you do is, they haven't got the top of my hand, have they? Oops, sugar. They haven't got the top of my hand. They can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Can you see at that angle?
Mm.
Well, you need to tell me,
Yes,
John, because
yes.
I don't really want to do it again. Which is the best angle?
Tilt back a bit. That's
Right,
it. Yeah,
okay.
perfect.
So we're going to squeeze, form a base up and off, and that's just the centre. And then this nozzle here, you will see, let me just show Maria, this is the way we want it. Have you got it there, Maria? So for you guys, can you see that nozzle? Yeah? So this has to be bottom down. If you have it that way, I don't know what you're going to get. So it has to be bottom down. It needs to fit in there. So I need John to be able to tell me if he can see on the camera quite clearly.
Yes.
So we're going to squeeze out there, and we're just going to bring it round. Yeah? I'm going to squeeze out again, and we're just going to bring it round. Sorry, Maria, I can only do it one way. Squeeze out again, bring it round. You see? And we are going to squeeze round, and then you can just keep building this up for as high as you want to bring it. We'll do just a couple of different ones. I think the gardeners are all out in force today. My gardener isn't, he's watching telly. Watching us. Yeah. And then I'm just going to go around again because I just want to make it a bit bigger. Can you see that okay, guys?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why you need this nail. And it's good why you need the large nail. You can make these flowers however you want to make them. What time are we on, John?
17 minutes.
17 minutes, it needs 25, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we're just making that large flower there. Yeah, you got that, Maria? Super. So let me just put this one on here, onto this tray. So put that on there. We're going to add another one of these again. So remember, I'm not a professional, so you guys who can do these with your wilting tips, you know what? Amazing. Come on and do everybody a free demo. But this is but you don't, this is what happens. So what we're doing here is just showing everybody live that you can make this quite easily with these nozzles. So we're using the sunflower nozzle. Now to be fair, the sunflower nozzle looks just really pretty if you just went like this all the way around on your cupcake. And it makes a great succulent one as well. Yeah? But we're not, that's just for me just showing you that one. But we're actually going to use it as a centre. So again, let's put some buttercream on. Can you see that okay there, John?
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Super. Because I'm trying to get Maria to be able to see it as well.
Yeah, we're okay.
We're okay. Oh, sorry, my buttercream isn't enough underneath there. Alright, so let's put this on as the centre. So I'm just going to squeeze this one up. I'm going to come up quite high. And then this is the fine one. So this nozzle here has got a fine groove. You see that okay? Is that okay, Maria?
Yes.
And then what we're going to do is we're just going to make this one a little bit flatter. So we're just going to make this one a bit flatter. We're not going to pull it up. You can just sit it on top of each other so that they just overlap. Yeah? If you want to build up, you could build up if you wanted to. If you use Swiss meringue buttercream, these petals are so much nicer. So much nicer. So let's just put that there. Let's make another one. I'm going to sprinkle a bit of buttercream. In time for our cakes, John?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so let's just do this one again. we'll just get this one now, and we're just going to pull it right up, and you're just slightly overlapping each petal.
And is your buttercream fairly soft? How would you
Yes,
describe it?
medium consistency. I'll show you again in a minute. I'm just going to, you just keep going round. Keep going round. Keep going round. Keep going round. Yeah. You make your flowers however way you want to make them. So there you go. That one there is just flipped over a little bit. Don't panic. Flipped over with the weight, so I'm just going to push him round here. When he sets afterwards, it'll be fine. If you make any mistakes, don't worry, because we can hide mistakes later on the cake. So I'm just going to put these in the freezer. That's all I'm going to do for now. So all you're doing is just playing with these nozzles. Yeah. That's all you're doing. Thanks, Maria. John, do we need to take a tray out of the freezer for Maria? Can you pop them in the freezer, Maria?
Freezer.
Freezer. So you'll need to take a tray out. So there we go. And then we clean our mat. Which camera are we on, John?
Main one.
The main one. So I'm just going to clean this off as well. The girls say you can put this in the dishwasher. I think they did. I'm sure they did. But I personally wouldn't. I'd just give it a clean in hot soap and water. Put it in your stand again. And there we go. So let's have a look now. So let's make some buttercream for this cake. So Maria's in the freezer there now, yeah? And how many minutes have we got left for the big cake?
4.
4 minutes. Oh, it's exciting. They do smell good. You can't smell the vinegar now. So let me just peel one, let's see what they look like. They're very white. And I will say, they're very doughy, they're very nice. Have we got a knife, Maria? Just pass this one of those knives behind you. Yeah, I'll just cut one up so you can see. Okay. So, which camera are you on, John? Yeah, this one? This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Done. That's
Yeah.
it. Perfect.
So they are really nice and doughy. They, in fact, I'm really well impressed with them. Are they in view, Maria? I'm well impressed. You going to try one?
Yes.
Are you all right? Me touching it?
Yes, they're right.
Are you going to try a bit, John?
Yeah.
Which camera are we on? You're going to go back to the big one? You going to try one?
Is
Mhm.
this
I'll tell you
really
what I
nice?
think in a minute. What do you think?
Really nice.
Which one is this one? Is this the vegan one?
Well, let's hope we're going to get it sorted out. So John, Maria and I have been in complete meltdown with this whole system. Apparently when the decorator unplugged everything, it took all the cameras out of sync, so they were all on different Wi-Fis. So all a little bit crazy. So because some of you, when John stops coughing, because some of you had it going jumpy and quirky, we're just going to keep an eye on it now, make sure everything's all right, and I'm going to do the buttercream again. And what we'll do is, from the first Facebook Live to this one, we'll put these two together, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the dairy-free spread. Now this is made by Flora, and this is their dairy-free option. It's like a margarine. It's a seed oil blend, so it's our vegan seal oil blend. When I say our, Flora's blend, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in 200 grams of the spread. If you're in a different country, I don't know what your vegan spread is, but I'm sure you guys know. If you're bakers, you'll know. And if there's any new bakers here, then please let them know from what country you're in. So we're going to pop in 200 grams of the spread. And our poor little decorators are upstairs are scared to move now, apologising profusely. Told them you're all going to be after them. And while you were gone, I was stressed, so I've ruined my diet. But I have to say, those vegan cupcakes are amazing. I've had a full one. Even John's had one. Have you had a second? You've not had a second one, have you, Mary? Yeah, set up for them. But they are amazing. They're so moist. Also, what I've done is the rest of the mix I've actually put in the oven, and I don't think I got 24. It says don't actually know how many are in the oven, but basically John's going to have a little peek now to see how many we did. So there's another 8. So I've got 18, no, 20. Never could add. He's raising his eyebrows again. You know what I'm like, I can't add. It drives him insane. That's why I don't take the money. So we're just going to beat the spread. We also took out the eggless cake as well, okay? I do think my tin is probably too big for it because it has risen, and I think we can get it out now as well. So it has risen, and we'll cut this up and taste this. But I think maybe it should have been in a smaller tin because unfortunately I think I've spreaded it out between too much of a big tin. So we're going to take that out as well. So it feels very nice. So I just need you film this, Maria. So it's not the right way to take that out, but there you go. There we go. Pop that there, John. Can I give you that with a sink, please? So this is an eggless cake, but I think what we'll do with this, we'll cut it in half and put it together, and then we'll taste it. We'll put some jam on and taste it. It smells lovely. So, but I think I should have done it in a smaller tin so it could have had more of a rise. So here we are with our vegan dairy-free spread. And I don't think we can call it margarine. They're very insistent you call it spread. And then we're going to add a lot of icing sugar, because in a normal buttercream recipe, 250 grams, you would add 500 grams of icing sugar. On this one, because it's spread and it's softer, you need to add more icing sugar. So I'm just zeroing it for the moment. Right, so we need to add 660. So is our audience back, John?
Yep.
Good. You're very good. Very proud of you. So there we go. Let's put this in. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this vegan spread. So if anybody's local in Stockport and wants to batch, let me know. And John, you'll have to pass me the kettle again. I'll have to do one of those dodgy moves where he's not on the camera. Now, if you put it over there, you know what he's like. He doesn't like being on the camera. So 660 grams of salty caramel. We're going to chop this back in. Does anybody want to ask any questions? And where's my spatula?
Are you using cupcake cases or muffin ones?
I'm using the muffin ones, and we've got a good deal on those actually. I did tell you on Monday I've got 500 foil cupcake cases. There's purple, orange, pink and green and red. $9.99 for 500, so they're a great deal. Quite a lot of you have bought those, so grab them while you can. I think that's the only batch I'm going to get, to be fair, at that price. I will get onto the suppliers to see if he's got any more. Got the kettle. So what we've done is here now, so what you can do, if you don't want to use flavoured icing sugar, you could use plain sugar and then add flavour in. And then we're going to put in a tablespoonful of water. And the reason we're going to put the water in is just to help bind it together so that when we put it on the mixer, it doesn't start flying everywhere. And what we'll do is we'll put this, we'll put some swirls on the cake, we'll put the other cakes together, and then we'll finish off that big cake and we'll be done. I'll let you all get on with your day. So I do appreciate you being patient. Have we got all our regulars back, John?
Well, we're back up to 62.
Right, okay then.
And I think quite a lot of people have come back again, so thank you very much.
You are good. What Maria's going to do is, for anybody who catches this, if you go over to our YouTube channel later, she will put it all together. So what I've done now is, I beat the spread, okay, I've added 660 grams of flavoured icing sugar, and I'm just going to pulsate it for a minute, just to get it together. I'm going to pop in another tablespoon go live. You've got no control. So, I don't know which camera we're on. Which one are we on? Great. Let me just give this a beat a minute. I've never tasted vegan spread before, so that's going to be a first. So let's just lift that up and then I can show you what it looks like. So I've already done one batch. This is batch number 2, but I've just done this again because not all of you could get the last time when we came back. So we're just going to put it all back together again. There we go. Which camera are we on, John? This one? So there we go. Smells gorgeous, but that's because it's our salty caramel flavour. Yeah, smells good. I'll taste some of this afterwards, but I have to say, give those vegan cupcakes a go. Without being funny, I actually think they're better than normal cupcakes. What do you think, John? I think they're lovely. I'm well impressed. Worth wrecking my diet for. Right, okay. So let's put that over there, and then what we're going to do is we are going to finish this cake, and then we'll do some swirls. So, do you want to get those out of the freezer for me then, John? Which camera are we on? So we're on this one. I'm going to finish this cake here. I'll get the turntable. I'm just going to sit down. So, we've got the flowers. We'll see which camera John's going to go on in a moment. And then we get the small buttercream flowers. Now this is a dummy cake. I told you this on Monday. It's a dummy cake, so don't worry that we're using all our buttercream flowers that I made last week. And to be fair, it's butter, so there won't be any problems with it anyhow because it lasts for as long as the date of the butter. So what we're going to do is, we may as well decorate the back of the cake, haven't we? And let me find out where my big tub of buttercream is. Uh-oh, it's under here. So I'm all 6s and 7s at the moment. So let me get this in a piping bag, some of the butter. So if anybody wants to ask any questions, or if you've just come back if you've just come onto this session, what we've made is we've made eggless cake, okay? I've never made it before, so we've actually just gone straight live following the recipe. I have adapted the recipe to English measurements, and I've adapted it to use our sugars and cake flour, yeah? Because that's what they call it in other countries, cake flour, whereas here we would just call it self-raising flour. So I've adapted it for that. So this one's got no nozzle in the bag. I'll explain why in a minute. So I'm just going to cut a little hole on there. And then all we're going to do is we're going to put this together here. So I am just going to put a mound. Where do you want to go, Maria? You come round. So again, I've got to do this without really seeing it. So I'm just going to put a mound of buttercream here. And I'm going to put a mound of buttercream there. And then what we'll do is we'll take off our flowers. So when you take off, which camera are we on? This one. So when you take it off, can we see? Mm-hmm. So we just take it off the grease proof, and we're just going to sit it on there. I'm going to take this one off and just sit this one on there. I'm just going to put another bit of a buttercream there, I think, and we'll just put some little dabs. These are the little flowers that I made the other week. We're just going to stick on. And let's stick that one there. So let's just put a bit more buttercream there. So stick that base there. We'll just put a bit of buttercream. Any questions, John? Does anybody want to ask?
No, there's nothing at the moment.
Nothing at the moment. Right, and I'm just going to get this one and stick it over there. Let's see if we can get that on there. Let's get a bit more. I broke this one. Stick that on there. Okay. And these flowers, if you want to go back alive, I think it was a week last Monday I did this blossom cake for you, so you can show how you made these little flowers. So let's just stick a couple of these on here. So it may not all be colour coordinated, this, because I'm just putting the flowers on anywhere, just so you can see how we're building them up. So nobody's eating this cake, it's a dummy cake. Just putting it together there. Have we got anything on there? There we go. It's quite colourful, isn't it? Right, okay, so it's quite colourful. So let's go and make some multicoloured leaves. So I will just move this to here a moment. Let me just move this out of the way. And then let's make some leaves. So the nozzle that I'm using to make these really big leaves with is the big one. It's the 366 Wilton. They're on our website as well. And all I'm going to do with these is, let me just show you. So you know we had all those colours in the bag before. So I'm just going to squeeze some of this through up that side. You see? So I'm just going to squeeze some of these colours through down there. Let me push that down. Up. I'm going to use all this up here. And then let's just see if we can get some more. And I think I've got some white here that I'm going to use. And we'll just get these multicoloured leaves coming out. Now these are just pink and lime green and white. And then I'm just going to give it a quick twist. And then I'll show you how to make some leaves on here. So, now what have I got that I can actually just show you how to make some leaves on? Just let me get rid of this. So I'm just going to try and make it on here for you guys a minute. So let me just get the buttercream. What I should have done as well is I should have done some leaves on the paper and froze them and then put glitter on them as well. So I'm just spreading this on here just because for loads of people struggle to do the leaves. So with this being a bigger nozzle, let's see. So I need to know what height I need to be at. Can it be at this height?
Yes.
Is that a good height, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So again, so can you see that V in the nozzle? Is that on the camera? So that V in the nozzle needs to be this way, not that way, okay? Because if you do it that way, you're going to get this funny shape. So you need to be this way. So we're going to do a small leaf. We're going to pull off. So you'll see what I did. We formed a small base up to the centre and then we stopped. We formed a small base up to the centre and we stopped. Remember, I'm using the big leaf here. This is not the 352, this is the 366. If we want to go bigger, we form a bigger base and we stop. You always stop in the middle and then you pull. Always stop in the middle. And we're going to go bigger, 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 and we pull. Do you get that? So we're going to do a little leaf, a medium leaf, and a bigger leaf. Have you all got that, guys? Yeah?
Mm.
Yeah?
It's not easy to see.
Is it not that easy to see? How do you want me to show it you then? How
That's
close?
probably a bit better.
Is that a bit better? Right, okay, let me put some more buttercream on. I'm going to try and get this as close as we can for you. Just 1 second. I'm trying to do things one hand, so just do with. There we go. So let me just do this here a minute. So,
Can you rest that plate on that bring that turntable in?
yeah, let's do that. So this is the Queen of Hearts couture cake stand. Right, which camera are we on? And how far do we need to be?
That one.
There?
Yeah, that's fine.
Are we
Just
there?
the tray's a bit shiny.
You think the tray's a bit shiny? But what about the
that's
white?
fine. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so remember, not that way, it needs to be this way, the nozzle. So we're going to do a small leaf and we pull off. So you form a base, stop squeezing, pull off. Form a base, stop squeezing, pull off. If you want to go a bit bigger, form a base, come up to the middle, stop squeezing, pull off. If you want to go bigger, up to the middle, stop squeezing, pull off. Let's do it again. Bigger, stop squeezing, pull off. Have we got it? Do you like it? Do you like the colours? Oh, feedback? Possibly, John? Maybe?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Sat here on my own wondering whether we've got internet, no internet.
Yes, everyone's here.
So do you think you all know how to do leaves now? So let me just push that out of the way. I've probably got no buttercream left in my back while I'm doing that. So let's bring this back. And then we're going to finish off. Is this in front of the camera enough, John? Yeah? So what we're going to do is, we're just going to finish off putting some leaves in here. So let's just finish off some leaves there. And sometimes turn the bag round just to get that other colour as well. Some leaves there. I'm going to do a leaf there. I'm going to do a leaf there. Yeah. Let me see, where else are we? There we go. There we go. Hopefully you can see it all in there out of buttercream. Let me fill your bag up a bit. Fill my bag up a bit more. Just putting all the colours in the bag a minute, and then I'm going to give them a quick swirl, making a right row of mess in here. I'm just going to give it a quick swirl. There we go. Now I have got an air bubble in here, so we are going to get a pop shortly. And let's just go in there. There it was. Whenever you get a pop, don't be frightened, just go back on top of it. There we go again. So I think we are leafed up now. So I'm not saying this is the way you should design a cake, but I'm just trying to show you different things that you can do with the nozzles, and I hope that you like it. Yeah, remember these are the genuine Russian piping tips, Nifty Nozzles, not the copies. If yours hasn't got Nifty Nozzles on, or you didn't buy them from me, they're not the genuine Russian piping tips. Yeah? So what do you think, guys? Do you like that?
So Kat has just asked if she wanted the edges of the leaves a different colour.
Yeah.
How does she put it into the bag?
If she wants the edges of the leaves, I've just showed her on that video there. The
You
edges
put
of
it
the leaves.
all round the inside, or
Yeah.
you put it on the...
Well, it's difficult, Kat, to be fair, because you can't really decide exactly how they're going to be. If you want just one edge of the leaf to be one colour, then you just need to put colour on one side of your bag. So when you hold your bag, put one colour on one side. I want to make sure that the nozzle's the right way. So where it's that point, put the colour there, okay? Or you can have the colour going in the middle, which makes sure you put the whole bag, your leaf all green, and then put pink in the middle, or blue or yellow if you want the vein going through the middle. If you want it on the edge, put a very thin coat round the edge, okay? A very thin coat of colour around the edge, and then put your main colour in the middle. You've just got to play with it really, Kat. That's all you've got to do. So how are they doing? You done? Do you want to poke them? Don't turn it off.
We'll be going another 22 minutes.
Right, okay. So we've been going another 22 minutes, so I reckon they're definitely done.
Yeah.
Right, so let's go to the vegan buttercream now. So let's move all this out of the way. Can I give you that, Maria, please? Can you take them out the oven? They're definitely done. So let's get them all out of the way. Let's go back to our vegan cupcakes, which I have to say are delicious. And give me a chance to correct the recipe, okay? And it's only about timings, that's all, and to put the correct water amount on. And then let's give this a swirl. So this is the batch of vegan buttercream, and I'm going to get a bag. Now, I can't tell you, the colour splash is not for vegans, so we can't put any colour in, okay? So you have to find your own vegan colour in. I don't know what there is out there on the market. I'm just looking for piping bags at the moment. I don't know what there is out there on the market. But let me just show you a couple of designs that you could do. So here we are. So we've got the vegan spread buttercream, and we'll just do some swirls with this. So Maria, I don't think my sprinkles are still there anymore outside, are they? Yeah. No, they're not being down either. I think they're in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So let me just do this. So these are the vegan cupcakes with the vegan spread buttercream, and we're just going to do some nice rose swirls and some nice ice cream ones. So which camera are we on, John? This one?
Do you want it?
Yes, do you want to get it? It's in the big bowl. Okay, in fact, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to eat these. There's nobody vegan here anyhow who's going to eat them. It doesn't matter. Right, okay. I do sell sprinkles on the website for vegans, so I just need to know which cake can you see, John?
Over this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we're going to do is hold the cake. I can only decorate holding the cake. I know some of you do that, but I actually can't do that. So we're just going to go in the middle, and we're going to go round, 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 and round. Okay? And I'll do that again. So in the middle, round, round, round. It's holding nicely, this. Again. Can you see that clear enough, John? Maria?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the middle, again, so right in the middle, I'm using the Wilton 1M. You can use the Wilton 2D. I like the Wilton 1M best because I think that has a sharper edge. So round, round, and down, yeah? And then we'll get the leaf nozzle. So I don't know what colours, is any vegans out there watching? What colouring would you use? Wait for an answer.
We've got a couple of questions. One, were they sweet enough?
Oh, they were delicious.
And how do you measure your cake mix to make sure that they're all the same size?
The cake mix?
You didn't really measure, did you?
No, what for putting in each cupcake, do you mean? Yeah, no, I didn't really measure. To be fair, I go by eye. So I just put in 2 spoonfuls of mix, but you can use an ice cream scoop if you wanted to. Everybody has their own way, really. Lots of people do use an ice cream scoop. Some people even measure the mixture. You know, they even actually put the cupcake case on the scales. I wouldn't, because I like to put the batter on when it's when they're actually in the cake tin. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do white leaves here because we want to keep this vegan, and when Maria does a video I don't want people asking what colouring did we use, and then I get into trouble because I didn't use vegan colouring. Yeah. So I'm just popping 2 white leaves on there. If I had vegan colouring, I'd do green ones, but I haven't. So I'm just going to put 2 white ones on there. So that's that one. And I think that will do. Let's just do an ice cream swirl for this one. So this one, we're going to do the ice cream. Yep, so we're going to put one in the middle. And, can you see on that camera? And this one, we're going to put this splodge in the middle. And then we're going to go all the way round, up and round to the top. So you get that up to the top. Let me refill my bag, guys. I will tell you, and I'm very honest, I'll tell you whether I like things or not. I'm not here to tell you that I like it when I really don't. It's disgusting. I am absolutely amazed how nice these vegan cupcakes taste. And it's actually quite a bad thing because they taste damn good. But I don't know whether it's because it's got our salted caramel in. I really don't know, but they taste good, don't they?
Yeah.
So here we go again. So for the ice cream swirl, you're going to put a little splodge there. This is so that you don't get the hole in the middle. You're going to go round the side, round, all the way. Yeah, I haven't tasted this frosting either because I hate margarine frosting. But I haven't tasted this one, but I will give it a go and I'll let you know later. So again, into the middle. Am I on the right in the camera, John?
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to go all the way round, up to the top, make sure ice cream swirl. And then this one, we're just going to make your hydrangea. Got one last cake left. What would you like? Ice cream swirl or a rose? Just wait for that. Ice cream swirl or a rose, would you like me to do on this last one? Which one would you like me to repeat, guys?
They're a bit behind.
Yeah, I know. 30-second delay. So I just have to wait for a moment. You have been very, very good. I don't know what other questions have come up on the feed. Don't know which camera I'm on anymore. This one?
Which Wilton nozzle is it? It's the 1M.
So I've used the 1M Wilton, okay, for the swirl and the rose.
So I've got a question. Would you know that those cakes were different from a normal cake? And people want to see a rose.
Right, okay. Personally, if somebody gave me that and not told me it's vegan, I wouldn't have known the difference, okay? If somebody had asked me, would I want a vegan cake, I would have said no, because I would have thought it was tasteless and horrible. I don't know why, but I will tell you, they taste great, and I would be happy to make those time and time again. They are very pale, yeah, and Holly says that's normal, but I will say they taste nice, but I don't know whether that's because I can taste our salted caramel in it. Can you taste the caramel? So I don't know whether it's I can taste the salted caramel in the mix, because remember I used flavoured icing sugar and I used salted caramel. So I don't know whether it's because I can taste that, but what I will say is they're very moist and they're very nice, and they must be nice because John's had one. So he had half of one and then he's had a full one in our stress of getting back. So let's do the rose again. So what camera can we see? This one, am I in camera there?
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'll try and, because I always end up with my hand there in the way. So what we're going to do is, I need to think about this, the rose, lost myself. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to start in the middle. We're going to go round, overlap it. Can you see how it's overlapping? And then go round. And then just keep going round. And then down. Yeah? And then we're going to get the leaf. And where you've gone down and not finished it, we're going to pop a leaf in. We're doing white leaves because I want to keep this all vegan, so that when Maria does the video, it's all vegan. Because the last thing I want when she posts the video, they all say, what colouring did you use for the leaves? And we have to say we used non-vegetarian colouring. Be just like me, that, wouldn't it? So, And I've not bothered bringing the sprinkles in. I forgot to bring the sprinkles in. I never thought about it. So, but I put some sprinkles over there, and I'm not going to comment on the non-edible glitter because I don't know whether it's got anything to do with animals in it or not. So we'll leave all that alone. So I'm just going to put those here. So I'll put those there. Okay, and we're going to get our cake. And Maria, have we got that dishcloth anywhere, please? That clean one. And John, is there any chance you can get me the strawberry jam out of the fridge? Thank you very much. All right, let me just clean this up now, and then let's get this cake. So this eggless cake smells lovely, and I'll tell you what it tastes like in a minute, and then we'll just quickly go over everything we've done, and then we'll finish and I'll run in and amend the recipes on where I've done some typos. Yeah. So let's get this cake. So I think we should have put this in a smaller pan, because then the mix would have gone further. So I'm going to guess the size. I think that's the size, which I'm cutting with my spatula here. Okay. And then John, have I got another spatula? Yep, another spatula there. Let's put some strawberry jam on. And I'm going to have to use the vegan spread because that's all I've got. So I'm going to put the strawberry jam on. Who's going to give this a go? Have any of you got vegan friends? I bet you have. Or if you haven't, or somebody comes and asks you now, can you make it? You can, can't you? So we're just going to put that on top. And then I could have done with a cake board, really. Right, guys, no cake board. It's been a very stressful day. So let me just see the butter that we've got here. So I'm going to fill it up in this bag. We may as well use the vegan spread. And as I've got 2 batches of it to get rid of. Because obviously our other Facebook Live, we don't know what happened. You know the one that when we came back the first time after the decorator, well, we don't think it's saved to the page, which is why I've just repeated it. And plus all of you were getting the shapes and everything else. So all I'm going to do here now, so Maria, which way do you want to come round? Because do you want to come on this side? So can you see there, John? Mm-hmm. So all I'm going to do here with the 1M is I'm just going to go backwards and forwards, keep squeezing, backwards and forwards. And that's all we're going to do. And I am going to get a presentation plate. Let's see what I've got that I can put it on. I want to see all my fat bits. Let's put this on here. 1 minute. Brilliant. There we go. That's it, done. So let me just clean up the kitchen a moment. Let me show you what we've got. So let's lift this plate up onto here. John gets a knife, we'll cut into it. We've got the cupcakes there. We've got that there. We'll cut this. So guys, what we showed you today is how to make vegan cupcakes, eggless cake, which is what this is. I've finished off the Nifty Nozzles for you. Hope you really like this. I think it's quite colourful. It's nice to use bright colours. Also to show you, you don't always need green leaves. You can have any colour leaves. You can have orange, pink, green, whatever you want. You can have them. Just display your cake how you want to do it. Okay, I've told you about the Katie Sue, that's in stock. And what else? Don't forget my classes. If you want to come on the class, £99. If you want to come and see, turn this around.
Does it spin?
I'll turn it around like that. It doesn't spin because this is just a cake stand.
Right.
So if you want to come and see me on the Wirral on the 25th of February, I would love to see you there. Marion is doing a morning session with her patchwork cutters. I'm doing the whole afternoon session. You get coffee and cake, coffee and, I don't know, what did she say, coffee in the morning? Coffee and biscuits in the morning, a 2-course buffet lunch, and you get an afternoon coffee and cake in the afternoon. And get the pleasure of meeting me as well. How good's that? So this is the decorated cake. This is the dummy cake, okay? And these are using the nozzles. So we've got some bundles on there. We've got the 5 petals and stamens. We've got the 12 assorted nozzles that I put together, which include flowers and tulips as well. And one of those nozzles to make the bigger leaves, bigger petals. And we've got a 10 nozzle bundle as well to suit everybody's price. So that's what we've done. I hope you've enjoyed that. And I'm going to cut into this cake and I'm going to try my first vegetarian spread. Margarine, whatever you want to call it. Are we all having a piece? So let's just cut that here. Who's going first? I'll tell you whether it's any good or not. So Maria, over here. Can you see on there, guys? So Maria. Now Maria doesn't mind eating anything out of the kitchen. Neither do I. Johnny, going to try some?
No thanks.
No? Why not? You're not going to try it. Come on, you're going to try it. There you go. You see him then? Can you just take it off the knife like that properly? What do we think? Do you like it?
The buttercream is amazing, but the cake is okay.
Yeah. So the buttercream is amazing, okay, and Maria says the cake is okay. Personally, I think looking at it, it needed to go in the oven a bit longer because it's quite dense, yeah? So I'll have a read of her recipe because she does say a few things in there, but I think, you know, like on these vegan ones, it's quite doughy and it's aerated. This is quite dense, isn't it? What do you think, John?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Don't lie. The buttercream's amazing though. I will say. I don't think the cake is worth throwing in a bin, and I don't think it's a yuck. I think it's an okay. That's personal. I think it's an okay, and I would be happy to eat it. Do I think it's amazing? No, I don't. Do I think they're great? Yes, I do. And the vegan spread with the salted caramel is amazing. That's delicious. I may well be converted. So I'll have that afterwards with a cup of coffee because I think I need it after today's session. So what I want to say is a big thank you for joining me. I'm just going to see if there's any questions that we need to answer. John, is there anything? He always says there's nothing. He always says there's nothing, and then I watch playback and find out there's a load of questions.
No comment.
No comment?
No, there isn't any comments. There's no questions at the moment.
He's dying for me to sack him. Well, it's just not going to happen. So I hope you've enjoyed today and thank you for sticking with us. I know it's been a nightmare, but you do know it's a live feed. It's in my own home, in my own kitchen. It's a free tutorial, and I just want to say a big thank you for joining us. On Monday, I am back and we are undecided whether, oh, we're making Katie Sue. We've decided, haven't we? Because I was going to make pavlova. So we're definitely making Katie Sue molds and decorations on Monday and using the sugar paste. Don't ask me difficult questions about sugar paste because I can't answer them all. On Thursday I'll do pavlova then. I think we've got something else booked in. Then on the 12th, which is our birthday week, my son Brian is definitely going to be here and he's got an amazing cake to show you, something with difference. Maria and I are so excited. So he's making that on the 12th, and then on the, don't know what the date is after the 12th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 16th, 15th. Can't remember what I'm making. But the main thing is on Monday the 19th, Gwen and Kim Firth are here with the DK applicator. So we've had some amazing reviews, some amazing feedback. Gwen has sent that DK applicator worldwide to all the best artists worldwide to test it for her, and they've done some fantastic creations, and that's without the normal professional bakers here in the UK and the hobby bakers, but we do know some of you have struggled. So she's going to be here on the 19th of February to answer all the questions about the DK, the correct pearls. One of the things about the pearls is you need to be using 4M pearls, okay? The ones that are on our website are perfect for it, and the PME pearls, I believe, are perfect for it. If you're using any other pearls, I believe that are not good for the machine. So any questions, Gwen will be here to answer them herself personally with Kim. So Maria's just saying there's a question.
What's the applicator?
What is the applicator? Oh, right, okay then. We've definitely got a newbie. So we've got a DK pearl applicator, and basically it's a little gun that puts all the pearls onto your cake decoration, so you don't have to keep getting the tweezers. It only does it does one size 4M, and it may do the 5M. I'm not sure on that one. I need to get Gwen to confirm. But she's here on the 19th. It saves a hell of a lot of time. It doesn't do your big pearls or your very tiny ones, but the time that you'll save just on those those size pearls on intricate designs will be amazing and well worth the money. So that's the 19th of February that Gwen and Kim are here, and Kim is actually going to decorate the pillow cakes. Okay, I'm going to make them. I've already made them. They're in the fridge, and they've been in the fridge now for over a week, and I need to throw them out to the birdies. So I will rebake them for the session, ready for Kim to put together and sugar paste for you. Yeah, and I'll be able to give you the measurements for each one. I can give you the measurements now. If anybody's got those pillow cakes, just message me and I can give you those measurements, because I do have them. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next Monday night with Katie Sue. Any other questions, Sean? Are we going? That's us done. Bye-bye. Oh, like and share. Don't forget, like and share, like and share. Or go onto YouTube, like and share. In fact, like and share all 3 sessions. I don't know. Do what you want. Cheerio.